Hi there, welcome back to Thrive Thursday. So, earlier this week, we had a look at red flags, yellow flags, and green flags, and we explored the idea that healthy relationships aren't about finding a person that's perfect for us. It's about building a relationship where people both feel respected, valued, and emotionally safe. So, I would like to offer you 5 practical ways to begin creating more emotional safety in your relationships. So, whether you're in a romantic relationship, a friendship, a working relationship, or even in a family relationship, these practices can strengthen trust and connection over time in any type of relationship. Now, emotional safety isn't created in one conversation. It's something we build through many moments together, many conversations, many experiences. So, we're going to start there. When someone shares a concern with you, our first instinct is to explain ourselves or maybe defend our intentions. And that's human because we feel misunderstood. And emotional safety grows when people feel understood before solutions are offered. So if your partner says, I feel hurt when you canceled our plans, instead of immediately responding with, oh, I was so busy, you don't understand how crazy it was at work, you could try saying, thanks for telling me. Can you tell me more about, or can you help me understand what that felt like for you when I canceled? Curiosity doesn't mean admitting you're wrong. It means you are allowing the other person space to share their experience and that you are allowing space to help understand what it was like for them. Feeling heard is one of the strongest foundations of emotional safety and healthy relationships. So every relationship has misunderstandings, and every relationship has moments where someone feels hurt or disappointed. And healthy relationships aren't defined by never making mistakes, they're defined by what happens next. Imagine snapping at your partner after a difficult day at work. A repair might sound like, I've been thinking about our conversation earlier. I am sorry for the way I spoke to you. You really didn't deserve that. Repair is necessary and it helps build trust. In fact, research on healthy relationships suggests that repair attempts are one of the strongest predictors of long term relationship satisfaction. Conflict is going to happen. It's not always the conflict that affects or damages or weakens the relationship, it's unrepaired conflict. It's when we don't repair and attempt to reconnect and understand each other. That's where the rupture remains. So, the other thing we want to do is make sure that our words and our actions match. So, trust grows when people experience consistency. If you say you're going to call, then call. If you say you're going to be there, then do your best to be there. If something changes and you can't, communicate. Imagine a friend you know that always follows through, is always there for you. When they say they're going to meet you for coffee, they show up. When they make a mistake, they own it. And over time, your nervous system really begins to relax around that person, right? Because you know what to expect. And consistency is one of the most powerful, yet sometimes quietest ways that we can build emotional safety. Healthy relationships aren't about one person always giving and the other person receiving. They're about making room for both people's experiences. So perhaps one person needs quiet after work while the other values talking about their day right as soon as they get home. Neither one is wrong, but the conversation becomes, how can we make space for both of us? Or how can both of us get our needs met? So it's not about winning, it's about working together, right? Mutual respect often grows through flexibility rather than rigidity. So I'd like to offer you one simple reflection question that you can use at the end of the day. Did my interactions in this relationship help the people I care about, or did the interactions I had today help the people I care about feel safer, more respected, and more understood. So we don't have to do everything right. We're all human, and we all have moments that we wish we could redo and start over with and wish we would have done differently. So it's not about guilt and shame, it's about growth, right? Small moments of kindness, listening a little longer, owning a mistake, checking in with someone who's struggling. These moments over time accumulate and help our relationships feel we're like offered the opportunity in that relationship where people can feel safe and truly themselves. So I'd like to leave you with one final thought as we wrap up. Throughout this whole series, we have explored several unhealthy relationship patterns, but I hope that one message has become clear. Healthy relationships aren't about avoiding every mistake. They're built by practicing respect, curiosity, consistency, repair, accountability, and emotional safety. And none of us always do it right. I certainly don't. Every time we choose to listen instead of assume, repair instead of withdraw, become curious instead of being defensive, we are strengthening the relationships that matter most to us. So, as you move through this upcoming week, I invite you to be more curious of yourself and others, of your relationships, and the patterns that shape them. So, don't jump to being critical. We all tend to do that too, but be curious about those things. Thank you so much for joining me throughout this series, and I hope that these conversations have helped you better understand yourself, your relationships, and the qualities that help people really thrive together and have healthier relationships. We will be starting something new next time. So hang on tight for that. And until then, please take good care of yourself. You got this, and I will see you soon.